Hi guys, we're back and we're playing some Tiny Glade. Look at that. So I did a video earlier and managed to capture the wrong screen, so we're going to do a new video. I did a vampire castle, and we were just looking at the wrecked boathouse just now. I'm going to start a new area. Look, we've got summer, autumn, autumn, flowery, and winter. Now we are in winter currently. Should we do a winter? We do a little winter thing, a little winter village or something. Oh, look at that! That's a lovely thing to start with. It's not the sort of thing I'm likely to build, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Let's knock that down. It's quite clever. They've done a couple of towers. And knock that out. And I guess I'll get rid of these flowers as well. Tiny Glade. Excuse me. Tiny Glade is where, I'll get rid of this path, you build your own little town castle, perhaps. It's a very cosy little game. Let's have a think what we might do with this space. So you can see we've got our border, we've got trees in here that we can remove. Whoops. We don't have any water connections. We can put in a pond, but there's no river to connect up to or anything like that, which is interesting. I think, what should we do? What should we do with a space like this? Should we build a little village, perhaps? Or should we have a castle? Castles are exciting, aren't they? Could we have a castle overlooking a village? We could have a small castle, couldn't we? Let's take out some of these trees. We can always plant more trees. Unlike concrete. Here we go. Let's clear out some trees. We'll make space for our new castle, the Winter Palace. We won't call it the Winter Palace because I have a feeling that's where the Russian Revolution took place, and I'm not suggesting that we're overthrowing our Tsar today. We're just building a castle and maybe a little town underneath it. We'll want a hill for our castle. We can do that. This is going to be, by the way, a somewhat slow episode. As I say, it is a very cozy game. It really is cozy. Anyway, I should say, first time back doing a dedicated episode for YouTube in I don't know how long. I do apologise for that. I can't remember if I've done anything since last year's 8-bit April. And would you believe it? That's nearly coming round again, isn't it? It's not far off now. I mean, it's not exactly just round the corner, but it won't be long. And I will be doing probably an 8-bit April again. We'll just have to see. Anyway, we need a hill for our castle. So I'm going to click on this icon, and I believe I don't think I wanted to do that. Oh no, it should be fine. probably, whoops, stretch it out a bit, can't we? Maybe not. Let's put it back. What I really ideally want is more hill. There we go. Right, let's try it again. We'll make a big hill. Not too big. Big enough for a small castle. It might not be like a full-on, full-on castle. But it will be a bit of a fortress overlooking the little town below anyway. Oh, look at that. How big is that hill? Too big? Oh, that's a good hill, that. I'm going to call that a good hill. What I'm going to do, we'll make this like a real fantasy castle, a little bit, and unfortunately I don't have the footage from the vampire castle I made this morning, but I'm going to take inspiration from it even though you didn't see it. So what we'll do first is we'll make this tower very thin, whoops, and quite tall, and then I need to bring this roof down like that. I don't know if I can, I might need to make it not quite as thin as that. We'll make it that thin. It will be tall and thin, but that was a little bit too thin. Now it's time to build another tower. Whoops. If I can get this right. Let's stick it there for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this tower much thinner. Whoops. Here we go. Make that really thin. How thin? That thin? That looks good to me. Only what we're going to do here is we are going to have a roof. A nice pointy roof. I'll zoom out of this so you can see what I've done. A nice, really pointy roof. Look at that. Now, we step back. That's sort of like one of those crooked towers, isn't it, that you get in, you only see in fairy tales. We will need doors for this, but I'm thinking, before we go ahead and do that, let's do our castle's outer wall. So we've got one tower there. Might make sense to have another one, but a different kind. So it'll be round. I'm doing round towers on my outer defences. We'll have one back here, which we'll make taller. Not too tall. And then I want to take this roof in. So let's click on that. So we've got those crenellations at the top. That will be lovely. And I suppose if I make this a little bit bigger, a little bit like that, then what we can do is have another tower on top, like that, which I'm going to bring in a bit and possibly move if I come round, because we will want that over to one side, I think. Like that. What do we reckon? That will need to be in itself a little bit taller, and then I want a roof on it, a nice pointy roof, and I'll explain why in a bit. We will come back to that, it will make sense, hopefully. Right, so now we've got a couple of towers that can look out over places. We're going to want our exterior wall, so I'm going to use this tool to build an exterior wall, which can come across here. Oh, I don't know about that. What are we working with? They're going to come up the hill here, so I think, yeah, we'll have a wall across like that, and then if I come round, and we'll make this all look like it's part of one castle in a minute as well. I'm then going to bring this round to this tower. Now I'm going for round towers. It's more difficult to undermine them. There you go. A little history term for you there. We've got a lot of space out the back of this tower, so we'll continue our exterior wall out a bit, and then we'll come round. We're going to want a lot of space, aren't we, in our castle. So we'll come out like that, and then that's grand. We'll bring this across. And whoops. I can get me camera. Sorry about this, guys. The camera's all over the place, isn't it? Here we go. And we'll just bring that back to our tower at the end there. That being the case, well, we're going to need this to be a courtyard. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. Look, there's method to my madness. I'm going to put a building in here. Oops. If I may. Let's just round like that. No. And I will explain this as well. I'm going to bring a building in because you can put a patio down. I could put a patio down, but one thing that I want to explore is perhaps a dungeon or trapdoor system. I don't know why I've zoomed out. Oh, I must have pressed the wrong key on my keyboard. I want to have sort of a trapdoor system in the courtyard, and you can't do that in patios, I discovered earlier. And that's about as big as we can make that. We'll bring that down, and then we'll have to get rid of that roof as well, because you can't just have a random roof in the middle of our courtyard. Zoom in a little bit. So we've got a sort of patio area here now. I don't know if I can get rid of these crenellations. No. I ought to be able to, but I can't. I wonder if we can do a sort of style on it. It's not the end of the world. We can have I want crenellations. Let's just see. That's going to knock out everything. If I hit that with a hammer, everything's gone. Which is not what I want. I do want that there as a sort of a courtyard. What have we got here? That's not what I wanted to do either. I'm really not sure. Stick the roof back on it. Do you know, it might just have to be a bit of a courtyard, mightn't it? What I'm going to do, it could be a raised courtyard. We can make this work. We'll have a bit of a neater path than that. We'll have a lovely little cobblestone path which will run out of it. Ah, look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Lovely wide. Now this wall. Oh no, don't. Well, don't cut it. I want to make it taller. Hey, that's good, isn't it? And this arch could be taller. So that you can actually get into it. There we go. We've got entrance into our castle courtyard. Now, oops. This wall is looking a bit short now, isn't it? We'll have to try and make it sort of uniform. So we'll click on this and we'll come up here, bring that up sort of in line with that other wall. It's a rough job, but it'll do for now. So we've got castle on top of the hill, and we need to finish putting in that lovely cobblestone path. It really is lovely. So let's look down on our castle. We've got this cobblestone road here which is going to come out. Probably have it a nice wide road. This is access to the castle after all. If you're an invited guest, we'll want a nice grand entrance for you. So that's going to sort of snake down the hill a bit though. Cobblestones in the winter. Lethal. Lethal, I should say. And I don't honestly know if I should make that steps. It's quite steep, isn't it? That would be okay. Just widen that a bit there. That'll do. Access to our castle. And you come into our castle, let's look at it from above, into our castle, into this courtyard. Straight away, we are going to need a building. And I think, whoops, we're going to want a lovely big square building to act as our keep. We don't really have a gatehouse, do we, as such? Doesn't matter. Right. Let's plonk a building in here. Whoops. If we plonk it down, we'll be able to rotate it. And we'll be able to move it. I will want it probably here. Do we think it can come? Yeah, it can be straight off this courtyard. Make it a bit wider, like that. Make it a bit taller. Oh no, I don't want a roof. I want crenellations. It's a good word, isn't it? We'll make it a bit taller. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start decorating our castle. Do we want any other buildings, do you reckon? We could have a sort of a stables? Not sure. If I do another square building, plonk it down there, rotate it. What I'm wondering, that bit wider. Oh no, don't want to do that. What I want to do, we zoom in. Oh, I know what I need to do. Yeah, no, we're fine. So what I'll do, probably make this a little bit taller. And then now we need to use our path. I'll have a dirt path, I think. There we go. I can run the other side. No, I haven't. Good. So we've got sort of archways there now. We zoom in, and then that sort of looks like it could be a stables or something, couldn't it? It's our choice. We'll do what we want. Our castle. Right. I think that's probably going to be enough to be going on with them. We've got a little bit of space out here. That could be where they do their training and stuff, couldn't it? Castle. Let's decorate it. I think, for one thing, I don't really want this to be red. Should get that highlighted. We want, we like any of those. That's good. Let's have that. And we'll do the same on here. And if we can, we'll do the same on here. Oh, that. Beautiful. Same on here. All our castle buildings can be this lovely grey stone, can't it? Like that. And we'll do one on here. Can we? There we go. And we'll do this little bit of tower as well, which I will explain in a minute, don't worry. Shall we change the roof of these towers? We can make that, what do we reckon? Green? I don't really want them to be red is all. Blue. So grey, kind of. I don't know what colour to have it. We'll go with that. Looks a bit coppery then, doesn't it? Like when it's been in the rain already. There we go. Now, this building down here, I think I'm happy with the roof. I'm going to change the walls though to half timber, and I changed the colour as well. What colour should we have it? Yellow? I think that's good. That looks like a stables to me. I know what you're thinking. You've just got buildings with no way to get into them. Well, we're going to sort that out next. I think looking at the time, we'll probably sort out this castle and then build the town underneath it in a later episode. So I've got windows here, and you'll notice there's windows, and if you come to buildings, there's no doors. Now you have to fit windows. So because it's a castle, I'm going to fit lovely arched doors. Oh, look, they put a bench out. Isn't that lovely? So we'll put a lovely door there so they can get up that tower. What I'm going to do, down here for our keep, gatehouse? What do we call it? Our keep. We don't have a gatehouse. I'm going to do a door, but... Oops. Who's doing it then? I'm going to do a bigger door. Only wait for it. I'm going to do a double door. And that really is lovely. And the reason that I did this courtyard, rather than just putting a path down, you can only have trapdoors in the roofs of buildings. I do quite like the thought of having a lovely trapdoor. I don't know why we need a signpost in this castle. Where should we put our trapdoor? Straight outside the door there? There we go. I might rotate that if I can. I don't know if I can. No, that'll be fine. We're a bit short on windows, aren't we? So I'm thinking, some of these buildings, particularly the towers, they're going to be defensive, aren't they? Whoops. In actual fact, I haven't got a way into this tower yet. And that other tower, I've only put a door upstairs. What a helpful view. Right, here we are. Let's zoom out a bit. Move forward. Zoom in. Here we go. So I'm going to get a lovely door in here, and we'll just do a single door. That hasn't gone in. That's going in as a window. There we go, a door. And then we'll come upstairs, because we're going to need a way out onto this crenellation floor. Look at that. Now that is lovely. They put out a little holly wreath, look. Isn't that lovely? Now I think for this taller part of the tower, you're not really going to be too worried about people shooting arrows up that high. So we're going to have a lovely lookout window there. That'll be a solitary room right at the top of the tower. What we will have though, further down, we'll want more defensive windows. If we zoom in, so we can have literally little holes like that. Put you in there. But what I'm gonna do is look at that. It's like a proper castle. That's good, isn't it? We can have a couple of those, so that if people are, assaulting the castle, they'll wish they hadn't. Let's drag that down a bit so it's level with the other one. There we go. And we'll have one around this side as well, I think. Just about there. And again we'll have to drag that down so it's level with the other two. Sort of. That'll do. Now, how about this tower over here? Well, we're not going to get in from this side because the courtyard's in the way, so we'll have to... Oh! will have to put a door in down this side. Criminy Jicket. Just doesn't want to play ball for me today. So we'll have a door. I'm not going to do a big double door, but I will make it a bigger door. And then we can have... Excuse me, camera. Honestly, it's giving me such jit today, isn't it? We can have a couple of lovely windows up here, looking out over... And look at that, they're lit up straight away. Isn't that lovely? If you click on them, you can sometimes change the style, but that's fine. We also probably want a back door to the keep here. So I'll pop one here. Got all ivy growing up these buildings. Devastating. It's not, it's fine. We'll do a big door there as well. What I'm going to do is, just because this is quite good fun, I'm going to put in some square windows here. Watch this. I'll put one in there. I'll put one in there. Look at that! They're hanging their laundry out. And there we go. And look at that, our castle is all lit up lovely. So, we zoom around here, zoom out a bit, a lot. Look, our tower's all lit up as well. Nice, isn't it? That's a nice touch, I think. Right, so to finish our castle, we've got this stable. Now, I think, obviously we've got the stable bit downstairs. I think we should put in some stairs so that people can get in upstairs. And I'm going to pop them about there. Have them coming down the side of the building like that. Look at that. Now that's really lovely, isn't it? And just to there, thank you. There we go. You're excused. Let's stick a little door at the top of the stairs. Might need to bring that forward a bit. Whoops. And then, I suppose, if it lets me select it, we'll need a very tiny bit here. Whoops. Bring that out in line with the stairs. And then bring it. Back. Bring that roof off. You want to bring this? Oh, it's fiddly, I can tell you. It's down. Like that. Oh. bring that in. As far as we can. Whoa! Where's it gone? Now if I can, I need to get rid of that fence at the top. Never mind. Never mind. It can be a little, I don't know, be like a baby gate. We have, whoops. Have some windows in here. And they're hanging there, washing out. We have a lovely window here. There we go. And I think we ought to have a chimney. Which I guess would make sense. Bring this round. Whoops. Excuse me. Stick it on this side. I think it'll make a bit more sense so that you're not saying the fireplace is right inside the door. That'll do. I suppose also, do we want the chimney on here? I would imagine so. And maybe another one over here as well. That'll do. Should we have a trap door onto the roof of that? No. What we can do, maybe, and hear me out, I change that. That's a bit more fitting. And what we could do, if we felt really crazy, stairs. I pop staircase there, and then what I'm going to do is have it. Whoops. Like that. Thank you. And that's how we can get on top of our keep. Right, so guys, to recap, we built a castle. Quite nice, isn't it? Oh, we should stick some windows on the front of here. What I would like to show you before we go, these windows you can make really nice look. I'm making them bigger. Now that looks a bit ridiculous there, but bring it down. That's really quite something, isn't it? Not sure that I want that. Can I get rid of it? Maybe I'll have to just undo. I'll just have some little windows, because it just looks a bit silly otherwise. Oh, that's a little bit high. There we go. So here is our castle as it stands on top of this hill, and what we'll do, we'll come back to this, we'll build a lovely little town down here. We'll start doing that in the next episode. Guys, thank you very much for watching. It's good to be back, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye!